My friends, welcome to another episode of the Nuclear Heatwave Wrestling Podcast, brought to you by Mafia Sports Report. I, as always, am Dr. Love, and this, my man, Sauce Bronson.
Yo.
Oh, gosh. Been a week, and for me, it's been a very long week, but a very happy week. On Friday the 11th, I got married to the love of my life. And this man right here stood in my wedding. So
that'd be me.
It was a great time. Good times all around. And, the drinks, the dancing, the food, it was all great. I think I'm still a little woozy from the weekend. So
I literally tried to dance the night away.
Yes. Yeah. I also was dancing a lot and I couldn't feel my feet the next day, but you know what? That means it was a great time. So going back to the, wrestling world a little bit, we do have a pretty filled rest of November for you. And this upcoming weekend, we do have AEW's final pay-per-view of the year. And it's AEW Full Gear. And this, this whole pay-per-view in a sense everything got messed up in general because of the Brawl Out incident with the Elite and CM Punks. But I think even with that out of the way, this is going to end up being a pretty, pretty solid card. And we're here to talk to you guys about it. A little bit of a preview. So, just join us, chat away, and then we're going to have a good time today. So kind of like in no particular order in regard to these matches, we're just kind of going to go over it and then see what you guys think too. And see what you think. But so starting off with this show, we do have another match kind of within this feud that's been going on with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. So, and then this time it's in a steel cage match. So that being said, we're actually going to get like a, actual match with no interference or whatever they're going to try to do. But obviously you look at this match and based off the history of this kind of feud going on, Jungle Boy's got to win this, right, Sauce? Like Jungle Boy has to win this match, I feel. But I could be wrong. Like, what do you think? What do you think about that?
At this point, I'm just ready for this feud to be over with, so we can all move on with our lives. But
yeah.
I mean, let's just see, what Mr. Lucha can do against other people who's over, 5 feet tall. And let's see what Jungle Boy can do, going forward, But at this point, let's just get this over with. This is how I feel. I mean, it'd be some cool spots, It's always a cool spot, you're always going to see some cool spots where you have, a Gigantor wrestler versus, Elroy Jetson. With most, So expect to be some high flying spots, especially off the cage. you know that I say little Elroy Justin's gonna fly off that bad boy.
Yep. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I can already see some, like you said, some of these kind of spots they're going to see back and forth. You're going to see him going off the top of the cage. You're going to see, I can just see him kind of ropes, flip him up onto the cage, and then starts climbing the cage immediately, to get out. You're going to see spots like that a lot.
Now,
yeah.
Oh, now my question, Doc, is Luchasaurus going to jump off that cage?
Oh, Lord. I don't think he's jumping off the top of that cage, but I've seen crazier stuff. I'm not going to lie. I don't think so. He might do something where he's like on the top turnbuckle and then, maybe power slam or something with Jungle Boy as he's up on the cage. I could see something more like that. But I do predict how it's going to end up when the match is going to be over. Is you're going to see some kind of spot where, you got Luchasaurus and them fighting, and then Jungle Boy gets out of the ring first and climbs out quicker and just beats Luchasaurus that way, And this all is predicated by the fact if they're allowed to go through the cage door. Again, we talked about that like last week, and that's one of my pet peeves. But I don't know if they do that where you go through the door as well, as opposed as climbing out it or whatnot. So it kind of just depends.
Well,
but
my memory's a little blurry when it comes to AEW cage matches, but I don't know. I'm not sure if they have a door or not. But once again, folks, if you tune in this weekend, you and I will all know the answer to that question.
Right. Oh yeah. So we will find out soon enough. But yeah, honestly, just for the feud to be over with, it has to be Jungle Boy. I mean, I can't see it go any other way at this point.
Yeah, I'm going with the dinosaur guy. He's going to beat him all over that cage. He's going to probably use him as a paintbrush along the fences. He's going to use his body. Like at one point, I hope that the producers are listening to this show. I hope at one point, Luchasaurus, Dino Man, uses little Jungle Boy as a dart towards the cage, just throw like a little dartboard, like how Nash did Rey Mysterio.
Yes, that's fun. That is a fun spot right there. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you're gonna see some kind of fun spot. Well, hopefully see some kind of fun spots. Hey, book it, TK. Let's go, buddy. I know you're watching. You watch because you have nothing better to do. You don't do anything else.
I'll say he's say Papa Khan is a mark. He ain't got nothing else going on today.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? But. Yeah, all right. So you're going Luchasaurus. All right, man. Okay.
Oh, and real quick, so just to let y'all know, a lot of times when we're doing these shows, I'm sitting here watching NXT on mute, and just want to break it up a little bit. I know this is mostly an AEW, podcast tonight, but Veer Mahan, he's actually got a little tag scene going with the guy that looks like him but bigger. I can't remember his name right now, but yeah, you got Veer and Bigger Veer. So I was like, shout out to them.
All right. What's better? It's better than what he was doing on Raw. I mean, when he took him months of debut and then basically just did some squash matches. I mean, that there wasn't much to him at that point. So as long as he gets some kind of work and a different kind of gimmick that's going to get him over, I'm all about it. So hopefully it works for him.
Oh yeah.
So. We're here for Veer. Come on, we're here for Veer.
Here for Veer, baby.
Here for Veer. Let's go. Oh, that's funny. So, but yeah, you let us know if you see anything else right there. We'll definitely interject because we're about all wrestling here.
Oh yeah. So. But like I said, I picked Dino Man to beat the crap out of the little Jungle Elroy.
All right. I got that down. We shall see. One match too that was it's like announced, but I believe it's most likely going to be at the pre-show because nothing's been announced for the pre-show at this point yet. But they do have the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament, finals, whatever it's called, because they have these things, these Eliminator tournaments, these Eliminator matches. And when I first started watching AEW, I'm like, all right, Eliminator. And the premise still was bonkers to me because this tournament, they refer to as an Eliminator tournament, but all it is just the number one contender.
Yeah. It's just another way to say number one contender.
But how they do eliminators matches is like you have whoever fight the champ, and then it's non-title, and if they lose, you don't get a title match. It's like, okay, they lost.
Yeah, it's like
of course they won't get a title match.
This is like 2008. This is like 2018's WWE booking where you have the person fight the champion. If they win, they get a shot, and then if they don't, then they just fall back to the mid card.
Yeah, it's very weird to me. It's very odd.
but once again, like, if this is gonna be, if you gonna put this on your show, I mean, if you gonna put this on your pay per view, either it's got to be a pre-show match, but then again, you can't do that because then it being on the pre-show would diminish the whole push of whoever's gonna win. So then at that point, you got to make this. So this is the way you either Well,
here's the thing, Sauce.
Go ahead.
Well, the reason, so apparently the match, you get the world title match at Winter is Coming. So it's not it's some kind. Yeah, it's not like you can cash in anytime or anything. At the Winter is Coming show in a few weeks.
Right.
That's when so it's either going to be Ethan Page, Bandito, Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, or Lance Archer. And I'm sorry look, there's only two people there that even deserve that. It's Brian Cage and Bandito. And neither one of them is still going to win it in 3 weeks. So
I'm thinking about WWE booking. You know how they'll put on some of their pay per views, they put like a number one contender. They're like, oh yeah, so yeah, he's gonna fight later tonight. My bad, y'all. But yeah, boy, hey, what do you think the Vegas? Hey Doc, what do you think the Vegas over under on how many shows is gonna be on the pre match? What we looking at?
Oh my gosh,
what's the line? 4.
4. Right? They had 4. They had 4 of the last show. But oh my gosh, yeah, I would, I hope so. Looks like we got CBM today. Isn't the whole premise of winning a non-title match that you would then be granted a title shot? Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the idea for it. It's just funny to me that AEW likes to refer to these as eliminator matches, but then they're not even guaranteed a title shot. If you won, you up your ranking, because remember they have their lovely ranking system and their win-loss percentages that don't matter, by the way,
which I kind of like, but once again, it's pro wrestling. 1 minute is relevant, the next minute, is out the door.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we got looks like Avery's here with us, and Ricky Starks, baby, the revolution is televised. Yeah, so, again, as we were talking, the finale for that tournament will be, I still say it's going to be the pre-show. It could be the opening match for all we know, but we'll wait and see, and see what happens.
Well, I mean, I understand this prediction, but I feel like if you put that match on a pre-show, then whoever wins it, they might as well just go fight somebody AEW Dark for a relevant belt at that point.
Oh, yep. Go on, join us on YouTube and on Dark, There we go.
Hey.
Maybe we talk to TK himself and say, can we commentate one of your Dark episodes? That'd be cool.
Can't do no worse than what's on there.
There you go. That's right. Oh boy, but it's gonna be nice to see like the different people in the match. But again, just for the world title, I just don't see it. It should have been more so like it could be for any title they want. Like say if they wanted to go for the TNT title or or the All Atlantic title or whatever like that. I think that would have made it more believable, I guess, and it would have opened them up for their booking storyline wise. But we'll have to wait and see, But yeah, moving on a little bit with that, we do have. I know this is your most hyped match, Sauce. Your most hyped match, and it's not going to be what you think. But we're going to get the last match 2.0. I'm sorry, I was about to say Ric Flair, but Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus Sting and Darby Allin. Again, last match 2.0. Because as we did on our first podcast here with you guys, we went over Ric Flair's last match. They had Ric Flair and Andrade versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. So they're back. Jeff Jarrett, Double J, is All Elite. Ah, Lord. Okay.
Basically,
help
we
me.
look at this is going to be probably a 16-minute match of Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett just beating the crap out of Darby Allin.
And then Sting gets the hot tag, hits
Yep.
him, knocks him out, Scorpion Death Drop, game over.
Yep.
You know, that's pretty much what it's gonna be. You know,
we're gonna see Darby Allin. You know, like I said, get the crap beaten out of him. He's gonna throw his body all over the place for about 14 minutes. And Sting comes in, last 2 minutes, gets the W. Hey, there you go.
Yeah, you know, and look, I like seeing Sting. I do. I mean, we all do. But like at this point, Sting, he's never gonna do like a singles match. He doesn't want. I don't think he wants to either. Honestly, I think he's really content in what he's doing. You know?
Yeah.
He likes being with Darby, kind of mentoring Darby Allin, and you know the whole Jeff Jarrett being brought in thing when they made such a big deal about it. I was like, okay, as long as you don't, start saying slap nuts and you already used the guitar already hitting people. So
Darby Allin's getting popped in the head like 3 times with that thing.
As long as the top of the guitar doesn't like fly off like it used to happen when he would like go in and fly. It's like, all right.
I was thinking like with enough force, I think if he hits Darby Allin hard enough, he can like have his body so he can like have his body surrounded by what's left of the guitar, like like in the cartoons.
Yeah, yep, that'd be cool. Yeah, I could already see something like that happen. He'd do like the coffin drop on him on the guitar. That'd be cool. That'd be cool to see. But yeah.
In all seriousness, I will say though, like the only thing I'm looking forward to this match is just seeing really just Darby Allin versus Lethal.
Exactly. I did have a stroke of genius though about this match for Jeff Jarrett. Okay. And so Jeff Jarrett's going to come out here, do his old spiel. He's going to have his little time with Sting, for just a hot second, and then that'll be over. But it is nice seeing him, I guess. It is, but after this, it's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Nothing. You're not going to do anything. Just reminds me of Impact all over again, like 2007 Impact, 2008 Impact.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to, once this match is over with, and then they're going to be like, hey, guys, on this Friday on Rampage, rematch, Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal.
Yeah, it's already set up for it. It's absolutely set up to see that. And Jay, I love seeing Jay Lethal, but he's near in the end of his career, honestly. Like he'll be there, and I don't see him really going anywhere else, But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens though on it. But yeah, I'm gonna say it's definitely a Sting and Darby Allin win for this one.
I got Jay Lethal versus Jarrett only because I feel like Jeff Jarrett is showing up, big pay-per-view. They may make another month of this type of feud. For some reason, I got Double J and the other J both coming out with the dub.
So it's like Triple J. Okay. Hey. There you go, man. Book it. That's the name right there. Patent pending. Triple J. So all right. So far we are split on these matches. Okay. I like it. Now, I don't think it's going to be split anymore after this match. All right. So this is kind of like the long-awaited return of Saraya, the former Paige versus Britt Baker, DMD. So, yeah. But before we get into that, we do want to hear from CBM again. And Jeff Jarrett will be promoting Full Gear Gold. And
oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. Please.
I hope when he comes down the ring, he just got like the gold tassels just coming down his chest.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Well, here's the thing. So, Sauce, yes, that'd be funny as well, too. But what CBM's actually referring to is, so let's take a trip back slightly. And this talks about for Impact Wrestling, when they were basically they were bankrupt and they were being sold. Basically, they kind of got sold, and then Jeff Jarrett took over and made a new company called Global Force Wrestling. I know you were familiar with that. So, in a sense, it was still Impact. There was Impact still. So, Jeff Jarrett started selling gold for Global Force Wrestling, like Global Force Gold, like actual gold bars and little ounces of like 1 ounce of the gold. Yeah. And it was a whole scheme right there, and it was just beyond ridiculous, And then of course, they folded, merged back into whatever Impact ended up becoming. But still, it was such a scam, in a sense. But it was so over the top. So that's what CBM definitely is talking about when it comes to. But you know what? Full Cure Gold. He already looks like a prospector with the hat on and everything. So there you go.
I just hope he looks gaudy as gaudy as possible.
You know what? I hope so. I really do.
If he shows up in just a black sleeveless t-shirt, I'll be really upset.
Sauce is gonna be upset. He wants the glitter and gold. Let's go. He wants the flashy.
I want the glitter. I want the glitter and gold. I want the double G for double J.
Yeah, I love it. So moving on to, like I said, though, with Britt Baker versus Saraya.
Right.
Obviously when Saraya came back and debuted in AEW, I mean, it was a big deal, obviously, in the wrestling world. And everyone, including myself, including you, were wondering, like, is she going to wrestle? Is she going to be a manager? Which she should be a manager. She should be a manager. But no, she is going to wrestle now, right away. And I get it from a booking standpoint because she's a big name, and you only have 4 big shows, pay-per-views, so you want her to have a match. You want her, but they did this whole thing like, oh, I'm cleared, and here's my paperwork to show it. And it's like, if you have to be this demanding showing your paperwork that you're cleared, that's a bad thing, like. WWE wrestler doctors wouldn't clear her, and no one. And I know that's kind of beating a dead horse about that. We'll bring up like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk and everything and whatnot, but it's like, I don't know. I love Paige in WWE. I did. I was always a fan of her work and all this stuff, but neck injuries are nothing to mess around with. Right. It's one bad hit move or whatnot, and you're done. You're donezo. So I don't know. I know Britt Baker was a great choice, though, because she is a good worker.
Oh,
she's a safe worker. So I feel like that was probably the best choice for the match. And I'm a fan of her as well. So I think it's going to be a pretty good match. I don't expect it to be a long match. I expect it to be 10 minutes. No longer than 10 minutes long, in my opinion.
I'm thinking 8 minutes.
Yeah. And you're gonna see a lot of back and forth, a lot of the kind of like yes, a lot of that, because they've already been setting that all up. And ultimately, Saraya is going to get the win. There's just, in my opinion, no way she would lose this debut with AEW in this match. And the loss doesn't hurt Britt Baker, especially losing to a big star like Saraya. It's not going to hurt her in the long term or anything. So giving Saraya that win would definitely be a boost. And I believe you're going to get some stuff happening after that match too. You're going to have somebody come out. You're going to have some kind of altercation with somebody else. You might even have another return here and there. I'm not sure. Something's going to happen. I'm not sure what, but something's going to happen after that match. We shall see. What do you think, though, Sauce?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head for most of this. It's going to be a lot of jaw jacking back and forth. I think what they're going to try to do, I guess if I'm booking this or producing this, I'm trying to make it so that this is one of those matches where you kind of want to, blend reality with, pro wrestling. Make it so that you think these two really got heat with each other, outside. So with that being said, I just hope to God that Saraya makes it out of here alive, as far as the neck. And once again, Britt Baker, like I said, Britt Baker, excellent choice. Like the only other person that you, if let's say Britt Baker was doing she was doing a title chase, the only other person you probably could have put her with, if you just wanted, just somebody to beat her, would have been like Serena Deeb. So, two women that are very, very good at what they do. A lot of people trust. So, but I would definitely say, Saraya over Britt Baker. Britt Baker, we'll see how far this match goes, see what they can do. it'll be really interesting to see how much next stuff Britt Baker tries to get in, because as a heel, that's like the go-to is do a lot of neck spots and see what happens.
Yeah, you go after kind of whatever their injury is, but you're gonna see a little bit of it. I think you're gonna see a little bit of like going to do those moves or whatnot. But yeah, Soraya's definitely gonna kind of get the upper hand, and then she's gonna win this match. But
I think we all.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think we all gonna be holding our breath during this whole match. As I'm sitting there taking notes, just wolf typing.
Yeah, cautiously optimistic is what I would say.
There you go.
So yeah, we shall see for that. But yeah, so excuse me. So moving on is now this is your favorite match of the show here, and that would be Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose for the TBS championship.
Would you like to hear my thoughts now?
I do want to hear your thoughts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's my thoughts. There we go. Next match.
How do you spell that? Hold on, I need to okay.
There you go.
Got it.
Let's go. The next match.
Well, I think we need to elaborate a little bit on this match. So
yeah, you're right.
Oh boy. So yeah, I mean, we've already talked about Jade Cargill in the past or whatnot, but with this match though, they have set up this kind of feud with them pretty well. Nyla Rose stealing the TBS championship, claiming that she's the self-made champion or self-proclaimed champion, I should say, and the feud's been worked, and Nyla Rose is a former women's champion, so I mean. Doesn't mean the match is going to be good, like you said. I do appreciate the buildup of a feud here, but is this going to be just another Athena, Jade Cargill train wreck, or I don't know. I really don't know. What's sad is they're going to push this match more than they're going to push the women's title match. You know what I'm saying? And it's very disappointing to hear that, but.
Oh, yeah, it's like I've said the last few months. Jade, even though she's a mid-card champion, she's more popular and more booked than your top women's champion. Like like even on social media, like right now, you see more Instagram posts, you see more social media stuff, just stuff involving Jade than you do with Thunder Rosa. Who is just a
wait? Who? I don't know. Who?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. The lady that's just sitting at home babysitting the belt right now.
Oh yeah, right. And no, I mean you mean kidnap the belt, basically. Yeah, more like it.
And then, like I said, she's more popular than Toni Storm, who's your actual champion, and
who's defended the belt pretty much every single week on AEW, defended the belt in good matches, great matches, but yet they still refuse to take the interim title off of it, an interim name off of it. It's ludicrous.
But with that being said, I mean, you got two women that, at this point, they'll be smart. Whoever's producing this match, producing, had these two women go at each other like two big men, move sets. Like somebody just have both these ladies sit down and have them watch like a Great Khali versus, I don't know, Big Show match. Oh, and gosh. Listen, do this and just try not to screw it up. Because I mean, and then I give a little bit of credit to Nyla Rose. She can wrestle or whatnot, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Up until last week, I forgot she even worked there.
I mean, yeah, she just kind of popped back in there because they probably said, "Look, we need someone for Jade for the pay-per-view. Let's set up this feud. Who can we get? Believable." And they're like, "Oh, Nyla's still here." They're like, "She is." Oh,
right.
All right. Let's bring her in. Let's go.
Yeah, somebody went over to AEW Dark and looked around and said, "Oh, wow, she's still working. Oh, yeah, we need you for a feud."
Yep, let's go. let's go. And then you just steal the belt, so then you don't even have to like interact with her. Like just do stuff on social media and then randomly just show up. Yeah, until like right away, or until last week.
Oh yeah, which I wasn't even mad at. Like the feud itself, like the banter back and forth. I'm all for it. It's just when these two start wrestling, I'm just basically gonna be sitting there like,
I know, right? Yeah, we gotta
uh,
watch it.
just sitting there, just eye out like, Lord, dear, have mercy. Let's say,
That's to be.
hopefully these two won't kill each other accidentally in the ring.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
but my thoughts. Besides, I guess the winner of this match is the ring bell guy when he brings the bell and it's finally over. That's who's going to win this match.
Oh my god, please! That's the best. That's actually the funniest thing I've heard pretty much all day.
But I guess if the people want to know who I think is going to win, until I see her actually get pinned, I'm just going to go with Jade.
All right. Oh my gosh.
God, I wish I could go to the bathroom during this match, but unfortunately, for the people out there, I have to suffer through this. I'm going to have to suffer through this and write stupid notes for this.
Right.
You guys are welcome.
I told you I'll translate what you said before. You know, yeah. There we go.
Appreciate it.
I'll make sure. Gotcha. I'm gonna have to go with Jade as well. I mean, just for the same reasons you said. They're setting something up for her, and I don't know what, but they're setting up for someone to take the belt off of her, and that's pretty much it. You know, I don't know. I don't see, because they have no interest in bringing her into the like women's division. And what I mean by that is like the rest of the people that are going for the women's title, you're not seeing those people against her.
Oh, you
not really.
You talking about all the other people in the women's locker room who actually can wrestle? Yeah.
Yeah, so you're only going to see certain people against her, and that's where you got that divide. You know, people don't want to wrestle for the TBS title, but yet they're treating it like it's a better title, and it's bonkers to me. It's kind of like when WWE, when they first introduced like the Divas title, and then it was kind of a joke, and then they started pushing that title more and more and more, and then it was like, this is the main title. It's like, what?
Right.
And that was a very dark time for the women's wrestling, because it was so good for a few years, and then they just said, nah, we're not going to do that. We want this pretty butterfly belts, and that's what you're going to get, you know? And that's what it kind of reminds me of, you know? You had that weird divide of wrestlers that were like for the women's title and then for the Divas championship. You know, you had Mickie James or Victoria for the women's, and then you had Kelly. You know, who else there? Kelly and Maurice, who can't wrestle at all, but I'm Divas champion. So,
Doc, I just have a thought. What would what would the women's division in WWE during, let's call it the Divas era? I wonder what their division would have been like had Jade Cargill been there.
that's a good point, because that's a really good point, because to me, she would have been like the China, you know, she would have been that era's version of China,
right?
Where she would go out there and she would decimate people, but she'd have a feud, 2 or 3 with a heel here and there. She'd be a monster face if booked right, of course. She'd fight against heels a lot here and there. She might even have like a partner or a mouthpiece to talk for her. But yeah, that's how if they had someone like that, that's what I think. So, but it looks like CBM, as always, love it hearing from you. Looks like CBM. So it seems like whoever Jim Cornette states that, quote, AEW has forgotten about will immediately be used. Nyla Rose is the latest example of this. Yeah, isn't that the truth? I mean, it really is, because every time you have a show like this, you get some new people at it, and they're like, where have they been? Where have they been? You know, and that's exactly what, you know, you're going to hear from. She'll lose the match, and then you won't see her again. If she got a rematch, I'd be very shocked, in my opinion. But yeah, if she wins the match, that'd be a little bit of a surprise. But I don't think it's happening.
Shout out to Papa Cornette. The guy's a national treasure. He should be protected at all costs.
Absolutely. Oh my
Oh,
god.
just an NXT update. I noticed AEW.
Oh no, like we're all wrestling. Sauce, hit us
So
with
they
it.
so what's the name? Apollo Crews just beat actually it was a solid match. Apollo Crews just beat JD McDonough. Pretty solid match.
Interesting.
And judging by Braun Breaker coming out here, just by Braun with his belt, I'm assuming this might have been a number one contenders match. I wasn't paying too much attention, but I was just watching sweaty meats just sweating against just hitting each other with the mute button. So
Okay.
but overall, like it was glad at the match. It was actually a pretty solid match. Like those two guys can work. So
It's interesting too because I know they were pushing JD McDonough. After Halloween Havoc and everything. So now they've been having him lose like several matches here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's still going to be a great worker. So it's going to be still good for him. But I like seeing Apollo Crews. He's getting his wins in there. So that's good to hear.
So Doc, you have any more thoughts about this future forgettable match?
Well, I did have down here about at least 40 more minutes about this match. I mean, are we ready to talk?
I'm about to close my laptop.
Close it down. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, like I said, we already knew this is going to be very. That's just the best word I can say, and it'll be a forgettable match. And but I'm saying Jade. You're saying Jade's going to win.
Yeah.
We shall see. And for the elusive Tomato Fountain Championship, this is going to be one that if the outside chance Nyla Rose wins, that could be a winner. Someone might take that gamble to take Nyla Rose, So, but yeah, that'll be interesting. We shall see about that. Excuse me. So on to better and greater things. We do have a Ring of Honor championship that's going to be defended at this show.
Right.
And that's Jericho as Ring of Honor World Champion versus Claudio Castagnoli, Bryan Danielson, and Sammy Guevara. Fatal 4-way match. So you already got some heavy hitters there. You got the whole storyline with Jericho and Guevara.
Yep.
Being his buddy, but so obviously you're gonna probably see some double teaming there, but then you're gonna see the whole I'm turning on you or try to pin. You're gonna see, and then he's gonna, hey, I'm trying to win too. On paper, these are some great people here, great wrestlers, and it's probably gonna be a pretty good match. And I'm saying that this is gonna be the longest match of the night.
Oh, by far.
Yeah, because Jericho, I feel like it almost has a contract and a clause in the contract that he has to have like the longest match of the night at this point. I don't know. It seems like it, but
I'm saying this is definitely going to be at the least 25 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. And like the same problem you have with like a fatal 4-way to like a triple threat. It's the first pinfall or first submission that wins. So it's a little bit, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to think about it, like to see all these people in this match and how like wrestling talent there is. Like Sammy Guevara sitting in the ring with these three guys. He's like, what the, like, oh my God, this is crazy. I've like worshipped you guys when I was younger and stuff. So if I was Sammy, it's a big honor, in my opinion, to be in the match with these guys. So,
right.
But before we go on a little bit, you read my mind, Sauce. We got Papa Mafia here. It says, I want to say two things. Congratulations to Dr. Love and his marriage. I want to show some love to Dr. Love and Sauce. Newbies in the podcast world have come a long way in a short period of time.
Listen, we're just some podcast lads. That's all. Couple of young podcast lads.
Yep, couple of guys that like talking about wrestling with you guys, and we have definitely appreciate the opportunity that you gave us, Papa Mafia. So, yes, and thank you again for the congratulations for the wedding. It was great. You rock. You know what? You rock, man. You rock. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, so with this match though, I mean, what are your thoughts, Sauce? Like right off the bat,
So
like what
I
are your
think
thoughts?
I think when I say this, I think I speak for the both of us. This is the most look forward to match on the card. I mean, I assume that this is yours, and I may be wrong, but definitely this is the match I probably care about the most. It's a belt on the line, championship. Once again, more times the belt gets defended. Oh, excuse me, better the prestige it has. You got not one, not two, not three, but four solid workers in this match. So everybody's gonna get their stuff in. Sammy. This is the reason why they call him the Spanish Fly. That dude's gonna be flying his little heart out on
Yep.
these on some high spots. It's gonna be a lot of banter with Jericho back and forth with Danielson and as far as Claudio. Claudio's gonna get a how much you want to bet that Claudio ends up swinging all three guys? Let's say all three guys get swung, but you think he's going to try to swing all three at once as well?
I don't think you can try all three at once, but one spot is guaranteed going to happen is that all three guys are going to go in one corner, and he's going to run in the corners and give them the European uppercuts on all the corners. Yeah. You're going to see that spot for sure. And it's going to be a great spot too.
Oh, it's going to be at least 40 European uppercuts. It's going to be at least 40.
Well, you know what? Because I'm hosting it this weekend, and Sauce and a few of our friends are coming. That's definitely got to be part of the drinking game. Okay, how many European uppercuts? But I think for the swing, he's going to do Sammy Guevara being the smallest guy, so he can get the most time swinging them. So he's going to be swinging him the longest.
Right.
Everyone loves that. Come on.
I mean, he'd definitely be the longest, but everybody's going to get swung.
Yeah.
But
this is over the top.
This is probably my definitely look forward to match on the card. This match has potential to be top 5 best match of the year. So definitely looking forward to this. Pretty excited about this one. And once again, it's for the ROH belt. And this is one of the big things. I always go back to saying why AEW. There's the reason why AEW has a place in the wrestling world, especially in North America. Obviously, WWE, it's all WWE, only WWE by WWE. But AEW, what makes AEW so great is it's the gateway to other promotions. And people, this might be somebody's first time ever watching AEW come this weekend, just because they might have fell out of wrestling for a minute. They heard Jericho and other ex-WWE guys are there now. And then they're going to get to see a belt from another promotion on this card is going to get defended. And that person might be like, oh, ROH, who is that? What is that? And then might want to dig in, do some research. And once again, this is why at the end of the day, wrestling, this is what makes wrestling win.
Yep.
So.
No, it's well put because, there's people that know Jericho's name right off the bat. So they're always going to watch anything with Jericho. People that love Daniel Bryan, people that know Claudio, and of course people that know Sammy Guevara. But with all that star power in the name, that makes people very interested in wanting to watch it. And it was very smart to make this a fatal 4-way as opposed to like just a singles match or something like that, because you had a lot of talent that wasn't going to be utilized. And again, they only have 4 actual pay-per-views a year. You really they have to kind of pull out all stops here. So, but as for, we already know it's going to be high flying. You're going to know it's going to be hard hitting. And Jericho being Jericho. But who do you think walks out Ring of Honor champion? No hesitation. There we go. I have to agree with that, actually. I feel like he deserves it. He deserves, and I feel like, that's actually probably the best choice for it to happen.
I mean, it sucks that he did get the AEW strap.
It really,
You know,
talk about that. Yeah, talk about right.
yeah, I feel like he got upset by that. Now, this dude wrestles damn near every week. With his style of wrestling, so you don't have to worry about him getting injured or really hurt himself too much. So now you can throw the ROH belt on him. He can defend it. Weeks to come. Go ahead and give Danielson some gold and let's go.
I am 100% backing that as well. I hope they see that happen, and I just don't see it happening another way. I can see like Sammy having some beef with Jericho, and that causes tension in the match, which then leaves it open for Daniel Bryan to come in there and do like Shining Wizard out of nowhere, and probably win by that, as opposed to like the LaBelle lock or whatnot. But yeah, I think Daniel Bryan, it's his to win. I think that it's a good way to put it for that. And so bring it on though. I hope that match is it'll probably be. I mean, it's gonna be hard to think where that's gonna be at on the card, because you do have it earlier to get the crowd kind of hyped, or do you put that later, like third from last of the pay-per-view?
Well, I mean, this pay-per-view probably ain't gonna end until 1:00 in the morning. So
there you go, buddy.
And it starts at 8:00.
8:00, because you remember they, for no reason at all, they won't go an hour earlier because they know they're going to run over. But
so if I'm a booker, and obviously, the AEW World Championship, which we'll get to eventually, that's obviously going to be the closer. I'm putting, I'm putting that in the middle. So it's going to find its way somewhere in the middle of the card.
All right. Hey, because I mean that works.
Yeah, it'll be in the middle of the card, and then you put the TBS Championship after that, because most people will go to the bathroom to recover, because
Not you though, not you, because you will be very attentive the entire time. I'll make sure though. I'll make sure you're there, and
that'll be me.
Oh boy.
But overall, but yeah, definitely. I'm saying like maybe the top of the maybe around 9:00. Go ahead and throw this match on or whatnot, so you get the crowd back into it, because I do have a prediction I think is going to open this match. And I'll let you know when we get there.
Okay. All right. So before we kind of move on with the matches, the rest of these matches on the show, I wanted to kind of talk about what's not been announced and not on this card as of today. And so you do not have the Death Triangle, current trios champions. You don't have Orange Cassidy, All Atlantic champion. I mean, to me, it's a little annoying, I think, but I thought you're going to push your trios title. I guarantee if all the Elite were still here and they were champions, they wouldn't be missing the pay-per-view.
Them belts would definitely be
on the line. Yeah.
Most
so I just find it like, and I know there's big rumors that the Elite's coming back at the show in some fashion, whatever fashion. But as of just going off of what we have now, it's just a little annoying to not have now. If they do get announced this week at Dynamite and Rampage, they'll just put them on the pre-show or something, because based off what we have already here, they're going to have this all in the main card, and that's already I believe 9 matches.
Yeah.
So we're already at 9. So yeah, if we put a few more, it'll end at like 3:00 in the morning. Don't worry. Yeah. We'll watch it all for you guys, making sure.
Yep. This is why we're here.
Yep. But so moving on, just wanted to just a little irked about it, because you have Orange Cassidy, huge fan favorite, and you don't want to let off of that, So hopefully he is there in some capacity in a match or something. I don't know. We'll see. But moving on, we do have the AEW Women's Championship. You know, apparently interim, but whatever. That little neck twinge. But you have Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter, and we're kind of go besides all the whole interim stuff, whatever, because we'll talk about that, whatever. This should be a pretty good match, but it's interesting because they have been pushing Jamie Hayter for a while, and I would love to see that. I would love to see that her win this match. But I think it's going to be a pretty good match. I think this is going to be actually a pretty good back and forth, little hard hitting match there, because Tony Storm's always been to me a good worker, over in WWE UK, the NXT UK brand, and the little bit she was on, in WWE and whatnot. But yeah, I'm a huge fan. I think she's done very well, and she definitely deserves the championship as the championship and not interim. But that's neither here nor there. TK, you messed up. Okay, so come on.
That's right, Papa Kano. He knows what he did.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I'm excited for this match, and I'm not gonna lie. I think if I had to actually say what would happen, I think I'm gonna go with Jamie Hayter actually winning this. I think I'm gonna, I know some people think it's a little bit of an upset, but I think her winning it would be a nice catalyst to go into eventually a returning Thunder Rosa whenever she decides to come back, and kind of go from there. But what are your thoughts on this match?
Oh, I got
the actual good women's match that's happening on the show.
Right, the one that people should be talking about more. But I would definitely say I'm going with Tony. I think, I don't know, for some reason I feel like just how they did with Mox and Punk. For some reason I think I just see them having Tony keep this belt until Rosa finally get herself together and quit the BS and come back out, and so we get a definitive championship and keep a definitive champion and just keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean that does make sense too. So I mean that's definitely more likely to happen. I mean, Hayter winning it would be a kind of the outside dark horse pick. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as long as it's a good match, which it's shaping up to definitely be a pretty good match, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, and I just hope we have a good entertaining match here, and it'll be interesting because there might someone going to come in and interfere. There's enough people on the roster that could do just that.
Yeah,
but
WCW.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm curious what's going to happen. I really am, and I really hope this whole interim thing. I know we've kind of talked about it for weeks, but it still needs to be said. It's unnecessary. Thunder Rosa can't wrestle because she's injured, then she can't have the belt. I'm sorry. It's just it doesn't make any sense. You know. So, and you're going to see her work her butt off in this match just to be called an interim champion. So
because these two, I will say though that these two women are definitely gonna put on the clinic. And with these two, granted, I know we got some other matches on here. With these two women, we all know that Hayter can get down. We all know Tony Storm can wrestle her butt off. So this match right now I'm calling it a potential a show stealer.
Yep. All right. Here. All right. I gotcha. So again, you're going for Tony Storm?
Oh yeah, Tony.
All right.
Tony.
I gotcha. I'm going to stick with my dark horse pick with Jamie Hayter, and we'll see what happens. But it's again. Hey, again, don't be going no betting places and putting this money down on what we said.
Listen, if you go to Greektown and lose your house, don't come running us, okay? That's all I'm saying.
No, not liable. Not a sponsor. Not at all.
Not at all.
No. Oh Lord, could you imagine people going on the bets, the DraftKings or whatever they bet through for wrestling. It's
Right.
crazy. It's crazy.
Right. And then people come on here, hey, Sauce, you told me to go with Tony, and now I don't have my car no more. Like, first of all, nobody told you to buy a Tesla. Second of all, nobody told you to listen to me. I'm just a good boy from Michigan who blabbs about wrestling.
Yeah,
so,
it's your own fault.
Just a good wrestling boy from Michigan. That's all.
Yep. Oh my gosh, but yeah. So I didn't know if you had anything else you wanted to add before this match.
Not really. I mean, all in all, it's gonna be a solid match. Could be a potential show stealer, and that's about it.
All right. I like it. Now we're moving on to. It's gonna be a good match here. It's gonna be it's gonna be a good, hard-hitting match. The trilogy, the end, I believe, of this feud.
Yep.
And you have Swerve in Our Glory challenging the Acclaimed, baby, for the AEW Tag Team Championship. So, and what? Wait. That's what we're talking about, baby.
We're so juvenile.
But you know what? Talk about the surprise of the year when it comes to wrestling, not just AEW, just in general wrestling, like the tag team surprise of the year, and it has to go to the Acclaimed. And you have like PWI, and they have like their best wrestlers of the year. I always feel like they always should have had like something like a best like tag team of the year for whatever reason. And the Acclaimed has to be up there. Well, if they do, it's not. If they do, and I'm pretty sure they have a little thing for it, but it's not usually as like circulated. Everyone always talks about top wrestler, top female wrestler, but they don't really show that. And the Acclaimed, just based off the last few months, I mean, it's insane how their meteoric rise to, they were always popular, especially as a heel, right? That was their whole thing. They had the kind of the John Cena word life heel rapping gimmick, which got over pretty well as the heels. But something just clicked and just changed, right? It just changed. It just changed where the fans just were so behind them. And, the work they were putting into it, though, is what mattered. You know what I'm saying? That like, they put in such good work, and they deserved it. When they got the championships in their second bout, they deserved it. Should they have won it in the first one? Probably, but that made the fans salivate more for the rematch. So,
yep.
So now we have the final match, most likely, in this feud. And I just, if it's even just half as good as the other matches, I mean, we're in for a show,
Yeah.
We're in for a good show, and I can't wait to see it. So it'd be very interesting to see how it goes here. But it's another thing too. Apparently, I mean, there's a lot of news and rumors and stuff, and I read some rumors about how the Elite are going to be coming back at the pay-per-view, and what if they show up in that match to try to cost them the titles or something or whatever? So then you get like the Elite versus the Acclaimed. Or because again, you want to strike with the irons hot with their popularity.
Oh, yeah.
The most sold merchandise right now for AEW is their shirts and everything, and it's insane. A rejuvenated Billy Gunn's career. And then of course just the wrestling itself.
Right.
You're getting such good matches with Bowens and Caster. It's just a breath of fresh air. It really is. And nothing wrong with Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. These guys were already great,
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they're all working so well together and forced the heel turn for Swerve in Our Glory, like a full-on heel turn, they forced to happen. This match is going to be it's going to be a banger. It's going to be at least 20 minutes long. Close to 25 minutes long, I believe. But the Acclaimed have to win. They have to come out on top. I honestly can see them winning and Swerve in Our Glory breaking up. I can actually see that happening.
I was just getting ready to eventually get there when it was.
I'm in your head. I'm in your head.
I was eventually gonna go there once you were done.
But yes, you can elaborate though, so you can give your thoughts.
I mean, so it's a few things. For one, as far as with the, I was going to say, like, as far as this match, we'll see what branches off. Like, obviously, the Acclaim, they'll move on to whoever else. And then the biggest story in this match is definitely going to be, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. Obviously, they'll probably do their breakup there. And then at that point, who stays heel, who turns face. And then also, I would say as far as like the first match they had, if that Intercontinental match never happened in England, then this definitely could have been like the first match they had. Could have been potential for match of the year. But with these, but most of the stuff you pretty much nailed it on the head. Like, you got 4 guys who the crowd loves, who gets over. And the Acclaim, like, obviously the Usos, they do their thing and whatnot, but like, if I'm some type of wrestling publication, Acclaim is definitely my tag team of the year, without question.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no doubt about it. Again, their rising popularity, their great wrestling work ethic. It's insane. It's insane, and I want to see more. And they're really like showcasing these tag team belts in great matches. It's always been my pet peeve that you have, whoever the popular team is, you have them wrestle, but they don't wrestle many matches. Like the Elite. I'm sorry. I had something stuck in my throat. Sorry.
You okay over there, bud?
Yeah, sorry. Elite.
Okay.
It's weird. Why do they keep saying that? Very odd. But yeah, so it's like they're actually showcasing these matches in good matches, the championship. So more power to them, and they definitely have to win. They have to win, and like I said, you're either going to see the breakup happen there, or you're going to just see it. One of them just walk off from the other one, or actually not like Keith Lee knocking Strickland out or something like that. Because hey, you never know. Keith Lee, his woman's back in WWE under Triple H now. Maybe Keith Lee makes his way back to WWE. Who knows?
Who knows?
I mean, at this point, anything's kind of possible, right?
Yeah. I mean, at this point with Keith Lee, I mean, why not make that jump? Because after this, I mean,
I don't see him. I don't see him putting them anything, right? I don't see any storyline that he put into.
Yeah, after this, he probably be wrestling AEW Dark for the next 3 weeks.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the truth. I don't see him being put in any type of high profile feud, and that's sad at that point. And then just let me go. Let me go back to WWE. I guarantee they'll put me in something, and I'll be on TV more, and I'll be with my woman. Come on, what's better than that,
So the balls of your court, Papa Khan. Be a man for once. Do it, but we shall see. We shall see on that, and so I'm excited. Like the Fatal 4-Way Ring of Honor match, that's my most hyped. But the Acclaimed is right up there. This match is right up there too. So can't wait to see it. And that honestly might be one of your open. That might be not like close to the opener right there. That's my opener.
Oh, you're an opener for you? Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. I'm just getting these down here.
But last but not least.
Oh, yeah. The devil himself. MJF versus Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship.
Yep.
Which, honestly, was supposed to be CM Punk versus MJF, right? Basically. That was kind of like what they wanted to do.
Well, Phil decided that he'd rather commentate MMA right now. So let Phil do Phil.
we're gonna let Phil do Phil. You know, have your little fun.
Yeah.
But this is still gonna be a pretty good match. Now, you know, MJF is MJF. We've talked about him before. He's fantastic as a heel. His mic work is second to none. However, ever since, you know, they've kind of been doing the build-up for this match, they've kind of skewed him as a babyface. And it's very jarring. It's very, very jarring for that to happen. And I'm happy MJF is getting the world title shot. We knew it because he had the chip. He won. He gets it eventually. It makes sense, again, being the last pay-per-view of the year. Let's do it now instead of wait until whatever, February or March, I believe, whenever the next one was going to be.
Right.
And, you know, they started doing this weird kind of babyface angle, like him getting beat up by everyone, stuff like that. To me, it's all a ruse. You know, at the show, he's going to definitely come out and he's going to be MJF himself. You know, and people are going to cheer him regardless, you know, because they like him.
Oh, yeah.
He's a heel. So it's, you know, with all that kind of going for him, and now again with Moxley, I'm sure, I don't know if I should do this on the for our Tomato Fountain Championship on Saturday. Should I put on there 1 point, yes or no, if Moxley bleeds in the pit match?
Oh, that's like 6 points.
6.
Come on, that's like guaranteed points.
Well, I know. So we'll see. You know what I mean? So we'll see how I'm feeling. But that's. Could you imagine? Could you imagine him not bleeding and Avery loses again by 1 point? Our friend Avery, which we love. Thank you.
So close. The ugly Dudley. He came so close so many times, trying to win that colluded belt.
Hey. Just because I am the reigning, undisputed Tomato Fountain Heavyweight Championship.
No, I'm turning this off.
I see. Now I see. So wait, you're like, are you like Jamie? You know, from the women's match? Are you a hater?
Hey, I see what you did there. But yes, I am.
Oh gosh. But, you know, hey, moving on with this match, Sean. So, you know, look, we love MJF. I want to see him win. I feel like if he doesn't win, it doesn't make sense. Yep. Moxley's already a 3-time champion. He really didn't need the belt again. It was just kind of like it was how the story was kind of progressing or how they wanted to work. They looked at it and said, Daniel Bryan, even though he should have won, didn't make sense to face MJF. Like for this pay-per-view, but Moxley, we can make it work. You know. So yeah, MJF, in my opinion, has to win. Most likely will win. There will be some kind of interference in this match, possibly even
by the Firm.
The Firm. Well, you know, it's funny you said the Firm. Like I could see that, but I was thinking of a returning like Kenny Omega or something, possibly. You know, I don't know. You know, I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I'm just saying that the elite will have to be there in some aspect. They'll be showing up. I can't imagine them, especially since they've already been doing the promos of them, you know, coming back, being deleted and then coming back. But I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying necessarily he'll cost them the win, but I'm saying that they'll show up. But MJF, just like I said, he has to win in his typical MJF way. He's not going to be a baby face, but he will be cheered like one. Because Moxley is always going to get cheered too. You know, he's like, you know, the wild thing. You know, that's all I can say. It's the way he comes in, the acts and everything like that. But yeah, it's going to be a good match, but I don't think it's going to be a long match. I think probably
12 minutes.
I was going to say 15, but max 15 minutes on that one. But yeah, you know, I don't know. I'm still just kind of like, I'm just mad because of how they were booking it. You know, it's just with this whole the firm doing all this stuff. It's all babyface stuff, you know. Reminds me of when Cena would get beat up like constantly before a show, and then Super Cena him way out, and then beat everybody. You know,
Yep.
that's what it reminded me of, and it's like, I don't know, but MJF being champion, it's good for business. People wanted to see it.
It'd be nice. Well, it would be nice to see an actual AEW guy win AEW belt for starters. And then too,
that's
like
funny.
you mentioned, like the crowd loves Moxley, so this is definitely gonna be hot. The crowd's gonna be hot. Obviously, people love MJF. They love to hate MJF. Moxley, he is this generation, this era we want to call it. He is the modern day people. He is the people's champion. You know, and these guys, obviously good workers. As much as MJF talks, he can work. So, make no mistake about that. And I just hope that the way they book this is they make it so that these two guys like really can't stand each other, or at least where Moxley just cannot stand him, and he just wants to put everything in one punch and just put his fist through MJF's head. And the MJF, just give me some taunts, give me some shenanigans, and I'm all here for it.
Yep. Yeah, and that's really all I want to see too. And I feel like it's going to deliver, at least for the stuff that we want. And moving with that, MJF for the win. So, and do you agree with that?
Oh yeah. I mean, if this man does not win, wait, what city are they in again? Hold on, I gotta look this up. Hold on, internet.
the interwebs, yes.
Hold on, I gotta look this up real quick.
You're good. Yes, it does matter. We got either a hot wrestling crowd or not a traditional one.
I'm really, because I know I just saw this on Wikipedia. In New Jersey too? Oh yeah.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that crowd's gonna be ridiculous.
Like if MJF loses and they're in New Jersey, ooh, that crowd is, ooh man. You talk about the Hammerstein Ballroom threatening to tear the whole place up a riot. If Cena won, New Jersey. Listen, New Jersey's not Philadelphia, but you gonna see more trash thrown in that ring than when Hogan turned and let's say became NWO. I'm telling you right now, if MJF does not win, it's gonna be a pure crap show with that crowd.
Yeah, they will riot. You might even see signs. You might even see some signs that say it too.
Oh yeah.
So I believe that.
You know what would be funny if JF loses, the whole audience just yells, "This match is mid. This match is mid."
Well, here's the thing that's going to happen for sure is that there's the legendary mythological creature, the Jersey Devil, and it's basically from it's the New Jersey area. So
Okay.
come on. So you already have the devil right there in MJF. So he's definitely going to be you're going to hear something like that. If you don't, I'd be shocked, in my opinion, if you don't hear him say something like that. Or he'll say you got that from me. You got that from me here. I'm the devil. But it's perfect heel work. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting, and I'm excited to see it. And hopefully, it's funny because you'll have that match, but then at the end you're going to get an encore match of Jade Cargill and Nyla Rose, part 2, right after that, go until 3:00 in the morning. Iron Woman match.
At that point, I'm gonna grab your remote. I'm just cut it off at that point.
Oh my God! No. Let's see. Let's add Athena to that match and make it a triple threat Iron Woman submission match. And there you go.
That might actually work because then Rose and Athena, they just beat up on Cardia. and they could just throw her out the ring, and then those two can actually put on a wrestling match for about 5 minutes before Jade comes back in and just screws everything up.
There you go. Hey, book it for but it's Sauce's personal channel. He has to watch just for Sauce, and he has to commentate it too.
Yeah.
So then that means he has to watch it.
Yep. Tony Khan just staring at the match, calling play-by-play with his Ritalin eyes, and
yes.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But so with all the stuff kind of going on wrestling in the week, obviously, we always like to talk about we always have our segment of who we think was our heat of the week. Obviously a wrestler that just showed us something, good promo, good match, just something that showed us up above and beyond something, or it doesn't have to be a wrestler, promoter, or anything like someone within the wrestling business. So, Sauce. So this week, who do you have as heat of the week?
Oh, Samoa Joe. Papa Joe is back. He's not here for games. He already choked out Warlow. I was like, yes. Yes. Do what you got to do out here. Do what you got to do.
Yes, I seen that, and I was very happy to see because I knew that wasn't going to last.
Oh yeah,
Samoa Wardlow or whatever the heck they were calling that group. Yeah. It's almost as bad as Y2 AJ for that brief time where they just, and you know what I'm saying, but guess what? Neither one is on the pay-per-view. So
right.
There's some more people that are not on the pay-per-view, but what I think they're going to end up doing is in December 10th, I believe, is Final Battle. They're doing Ring of Honor pay-per-view Final Battle. So Samoa Joe will be on that show for sure. Because he, being the television champion on Ring of Honor. But not being on television. Let's just talk about that. But that's but yeah.
I thought he was hurt for a minute as far as why he wasn't on TV. I could have sworn I thought it had something to do with him being hurt or just nagging injury or something. He just had to go rest for a minute.
It could have been that maintenance and everything because these guys definitely go through a lot, put their bodies on the line and everything. So yeah, I could totally see that too. But yeah, seeing that was very nice. Going old school, old ways of Samoa Joe. He's always meant to be a heel, that heel-esque character. He's not. People can cheer him, and that's great, but not a face. No, not at all. So, no, it's a good pick. I like it. Oh, sorry. There we go. But as for me, I was thinking back and forth a little bit on this, kind of back and forth a little bit. But I'm going to have to go with. I'm going to have to go with AJ Styles, I think. AJ Styles, I've always, he's been one of the best workers in generation of wrestlers, ever since way back in 2000 when he was wrestling in WCW with all the cruiserweights. And then, of course, all his run with the TNA, the New Japan, and Ring of Honor. And it's insane to think about how he's accomplished. The club, the Bullet Club, the OC. But now, they're doing a great storyline here with Judgment Day, Finn Balor. And then finally, on yesterday's Raw, it was officially announced that it's AJ versus Finn Balor at Survivor Series. So
let's
go. And next Tuesday, we will be giving you the full preview for Survivor Series. The pre-Thanksgiving, preview, I guess we would say, for that show. And that already is my most hyped match of the night. I'll just say it now in preparation for it. But that is
this is going to be a long show next week because we got the preview for Survivor Series. Then we also got the recap for I'll just let you know, ladies and gentlemen, just get ready for a 2-hour show at least.
Yep. And we're going to be trying to get a special guest on there next week.
Most definitely.
And it'll be a fun guest. It'll be a fun time as we talk about wrestling with, again, good old boys here from Michigan. Love talking with you guys about wrestling. So, but with all that being said, of course, Oh yes, I did forget one thing before we come to the conclusion of this show.
Yep.
It did come up to my attention that apparently, my retraction last week about a certain wrestler, red hair, likes kicks and stomps and slams, Sheamus, that my beautiful wife, she never liked Sheamus. I at one point thought she did, but apparently she never liked Sheamus. So I am retracting the retraction, and that she actually has never liked Sheamus, and she just wanted us to let people know. And I told her, yes, you know what, I will do that for you, wife, the love of my life. I will do that for you.
And just to let you know, Miss Holly, what this retraction, this counts as my actual wedding gift. So just let you know.
Yes, so Sauce and myself definitely still get your world famous award winning chili. We still are allowed food, snacks, everything that you make. So just let you know, this is now, so it's now over. We want our food. But that all being said, though, we always like to jest and have a good time. She loves us and loves our show. So, but if I didn't know, pretty much that's all I really much had for today's show. Again, in preparation for next week for our pretty big monster show we're gonna have. But did you have anything else, Sauce, that kind of shout out? Like how's NXT going? Anything pop up there?
Oh yeah, they're about to have a 7-minute last woman standing match for the women's NXT build. So
you said a 7-minute?
Well, you got to think. Well, it's already 9:52, and this show goes 8 minutes, so they might run a little over. It's already 9:53. They get ready to do a last woman standing match. Yes,
that's a very weird booking.
It's weird booking. Like if that was the case, like they could at least took off the North American Championship, signing segment, because that was like almost 10 minutes within itself.
Yeah.
Well, what do I know? I'm just a wrestling lad from Michigan, and
that's it. That's us.
But with that being said, this is about to be a hell of a 2 weeks coming up as far as we're good on wrestling. And both of these are on Saturdays. And I know some people say they hate having pay-per-views on Saturdays, but I think I don't know. I don't mind it because the next day, you can wake up on Sunday. Most people have Sunday off work anyway, so they can wake up, enjoy themselves a little bit, and take a little refresher. So, I'm all for a Saturday pay-per-view. So,
I am as well. So I'm definitely a fan of them as well, and just bring it on.
And then if I need to get off, and then if I need to get off work at a certain time, hey, PTO baby, I got plenty of it.
There you go. I like it. But yeah, so I think we're going to come to a close for this week's episode. And again, thank you for all the chats and the views and everything. Always, we love talking with you guys. But as always, I'm Dr. Love, and this is Sauce Bronson.
Yo.
And again, definitely tune in next week as we're going to be talking a whole bunch about a lot of wrestling.
Hey, listen, you guys be safe and be good. And shout out to me for nailing this peace sign on the right hand.
You got it.
Started, I was all over the place, but look at that. Look at the wrist action of that.
Yeah, got this.
Yep. But once again, you guys have a safe night. Be good.